first thing that you want to do is you want to go to your files and open up your shirt template and the hair extension template and the screenshot of the brown hair. Now once you've done that, you just want to copy the hair extension template and make a new layer on the shirt template and drag it underneath, and you want to paste that what you copied, and you want to start drawing your hair outline, the outline of your hair extension. But before, you want to go to the screenshot of the hair, and you want to pick the color of the hair that it has in the picture there with the color picker, and now you want to start drawing your hair however you want. And don't forget to add a new layer and drag it underneath both top layers. So you want to make sure you use this tool so that it's way easier to draw out your hair extension. This is optional, but if you want, you can find a shirt that you made and add it to that template where you're making your extensions, so that you have an idea on how wide and how thin your extensions are going to be. And I did this because I find it really helpful for me, because sometimes when I make extensions they end up being too thin, so I make sure I have a shirt so I know if my extensions look right. So for this part, what I did is I added a new layer and I traced it with the same color, because my outline that I did before ended up being a little bit blurry, so I decided to trace it, and that's what I did. Here I'm going to grab half of the torso. I'm going to select half of the torso and I'm going to paste it to the other side. And to know, half of the torso is 64 pixels, if you didn't know. And yeah, that's what you do for this step. Alright, now you are going to add a new layer on top of the outline of the hair extension, and you want to color in the whole thing. So fill it in with color, with the same color that you drew your extensions. And also don't forget to color the top of that torso there where I'm coloring right now, because that is important, because that's what shows. So yeah, color that, and don't forget to select that part too. Now you're going to delete the shirt layer and you're going to start merging down everything, and so that you're left with just the hair color, and make sure to delete the hair extension template. So after that, you're going to just save it as a PNG file. Now you can start opening up GIMP. So now you want to go to Files and you're going to open what you saved in Paint.net. You're also going to open up your shirt template and the hair extension template. So here I am adding a new layer to the shirt template, and I am selecting the whole hair extension that we did earlier, and I'm going to paste it over into that new layer that I made. And I'm going to do the same thing with the hair extension template. Now I'm going to add a new layer on top of the hair extension layer, and I'm going to grab the color selector tool, and I am going to click on the hair, and I'm going to make the brown color lighter because we're going to start adding some details and highlights. And then I am just picking a brush and I'm resizing the brush size, and I'm just going to start drawing lines on the hair. As you're drawing the lines, make sure you go to the same pace as the hair extensions are. So I'm going in a wavy motion like so, because that's how my hair is, and I don't want to make them straight because then it won't look right and it won't really give it that body effect that the hair extension has. So make sure you do that, and don't forget to add lines on the top here. Also here I'm just going to smudge a little bit of the ends of the lines so it doesn't look too harsh. So I'm going to grab my smudge tool and I'm just going to smudge the ends. For this part, I'm just adding a new layer, and I'm coloring that layer with a color because it helps me see what I'm doing. And you don't have to do this step, but if you want to, you can. Now I'm going to blur out the lines, but I'm not going to blur it out too much because I still want to see what I drew, and that is what I did. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new layer, and I'm going to grab a white color, and we are going to change the brush size, and we're going to start drawing thick lines like I'm doing right here. And you're going to do that to the parts where you see a curve, if you know what I mean, and just technically just draw random thick lines everywhere. And yeah, now you're going to grab your blur tool and you're going to start blurring the white lines that you did. Now you want to grab your smudge tool and you want to start resizing the brush and smudging the white part like I'm doing right here. I'm not really sure how to explain it, but you're going to make this hair effect. So just smudge up and down a bunch of times, and you can also resize the brush so you get more thicker looking hair, I guess. But that's what you do for every white line that you have, that you see that you made, and that's what you do. I also recommend going curve, like smudging it in a curvy way, because you're trying to follow the curves of your hair extension so it looks more real and makes it look way nicer. So make sure you do that. So now here you're going to get a really nice hair looking effect, and you can overlay it and find out how you want your hair to look like. You can turn down the opacity. You can adjust this at your liking. Alright, so for this step, I'm just going to delete the white part that you see over there beside the hair. And you don't have to do it this way. I just recommend for you guys to just grab the eraser tool and just delete the white parts that you see. Okay, so for this part, I'm deleting the background color and I'm going to delete the hair extension template layer. And right now I am trying to merge down the layers so you can follow the steps that I'm showing you right now. Once that's done, you want to go to File and you want to click Save As, and you're going to just save it into a place where you can easily find it and give it a title and click Save. Now you're going to go to File again and you're going to click Export As, and you're going to find a place where you want to save it and click Export. Now you want to go to paint.net and go to your shirt template, and you're going to open up what you saved in GIMP. So you're going to find your hair extensions that you did. Also, you want to open up the hair extension template. Now you're going to paste your hair extensions onto the shirt template. And again, don't forget to add a new layer while you're doing this. And you also want to do the same thing for the hair extension template. Now here what I'm doing is I'm going to the layer where this hair is, and I'm going to select half of one side of the hair extension that we did, and I'm going to paste it over to the other side. Now click on your hair extension template layer and click on the wand tool and select the purple parts and go back to your hair extension layer and press delete on your keyboard. Once that's done, you can go ahead and delete the hair extension template, and you'll be left with just your hair and the shirt template. And that is technically what you do for this tutorial. You can obviously select the hair and add it onto another shirt template so that you're just left with the hair itself. You can also switch the color to blonde or black by going to adjustments and hue, and I forgot to mention that earlier in the video and to show you that, but now I'm telling you here, and that's pretty much it. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and let me know if you need some help in the comments section, and I will try my best to answer them and help you out.